Hey Leo, let's see what's going on in your love life. This is a tarot love reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and for any of you lovely cross-watchers dealing with a Leo romantically. Now please keep in mind, Leo, it is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. You are always welcome here on my channel to take what works and leave the rest. So we're just going to get right into it today, Leo, and we're going to see what could be coming toward my lovely lions in love. First message coming out today for Leo, we have got the Six of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords is a transitional energy. It follows the Five of Swords, which is an energy of conflict and tension. So what this kind of suggests to me, Leo, is that maybe you've been going through some sort of rocky patch within your love life. Now, the Six of Swords does indicate moving away from that tension, things becoming more peaceful, potentially resolving an issue, but let's see where it goes. Tell me more. Okay, so this card literally came jumping out, you guys. So we've got the Hanged Man, okay? So the Hanged Man is about a situation that's put on pause, a situation that is not moving quickly. Now, it's interesting to have the Six of Swords beside the Hanged Man because it's almost suggesting to me, Leo, that maybe you're involved with somebody right now where it just feels like things are not moving forward between the two of you. You might be like, we feel stuck, it's stagnant, I don't know what they want, I don't know what the future holds. And maybe with the Six of Swords, you're like, is there a future here? Should I walk away? What are we doing is essentially the question that I'm getting. Like, I could hear you asking this question, Leo, like, what are we doing? Because right now it feels like our connection is at a standstill and it feels like things are not moving forward. So maybe some of you are kind of reevaluating where you stand with somebody and trying to figure out, like, what is this and where are we going in this connection? Tell me more about what could be coming toward Leo, the Hermit. Unfortunately, Leo, I do think you're possibly dealing with somebody romantically at the moment who's not giving you a lot of clarity and who's not giving you a lot of answers. The Hermit is Virgo energy. It kind of feels like they're going into hermit mode. So it's like things are not really moving forward with that Hanged Man. And then with the Hermit, there's not a lot of talking. There's not necessarily a lot of communication. I'm definitely getting the sense of somebody here who is feeling left in the dark. And so that's why it's like, I think you're at this place right now where you're like, what are we doing? Is this person about to break up with me? Are they not interested in a future with me? Why aren't they talking to me? Why aren't they communicating with me? I'm getting a lot of that, like, what are we doing? And what if kind of energy coming through. And it almost feels to me, Leo, like you're really trying to decode your person's behavior, right? So I don't think there's a lot of strong, effective communication that's necessarily happening right now. I feel like there's maybe a lot of quiet space, a lot of silence, and a lot of uncertainty. And again, it's like you're trying to decipher, what does that mean for us? What does that mean for our relationship? So definitely if you're connecting with this energy, I feel like you're dealing with a romantic situation that feels like it's at a bit of a standstill right now. Here's what we're going to do for the rest of the reading, Leo. We're going to look at this person and we're going to look at you. So we're going to look at their overall energy right now, what they could be feeling, what actions they could be taking. I will look at the same thing for you, and then we'll look at the potential outcome. So let's just kind of see where this takes us. Tell me about this person who Leo is involved with. Okay. First card coming out is the Three of Wands, which is interesting. Three of Wands is about thinking ahead, imagining the future. So even though your person is probably quiet right now and not doing a lot of talking, it does look like they're thinking about the future. Tell me more about their energy right now. They're thinking about the future and they don't know what they want. There's the problem. Two of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacles is an energy of being in limbo, okay? It's like juggling these different options and trying to figure out, what do I want to do? What is the best option? What this is ultimately telling me here, Leo, is that your person has some sort of level of uncertainty here, maybe even about what they want, you know? Like they might think ahead to the future and they might not even be clear themselves what it is that they're looking for, what they're hoping for. And they're kind of like juggling these different options, juggling these different feelings. And I honestly just feel like it's leaving them feeling stuck. And that's probably why they're shutting down a bit when it comes to the communication between the two of you. Tell me more about this person's energy, please. Ten of Swords. They've probably been hurt before. Okay, I'm getting the energy here of somebody who's been very badly hurt before with that Ten of Swords. So probably, let's say like a really bad breakup. And ever since that bad breakup in the past, they probably see love a little bit differently. I'm getting fear here, Leo. Fear of somebody being betrayed, being hurt. And so this is not to excuse your person's behavior, right? It's just to give a potential explanation. what I see here is that your person is struggling to figure out what they want next because they've got this connection between the two of you. But I also think that they've had experiences where they've been very badly burned when it comes to love, okay? And what happens is when we've been badly burned when it comes to love, there can be a hesitancy to move forward and commit. And we're seeing that energy popping up at several points in the energy here. Hanged Man, the Hermit, Two of Pentacles. There's a situation here where it just feels like they're struggling to commit, not necessarily because they don't love you, but I'm going to say that there's probably some pretty big unresolved pain and issues that exist in this person's past. And so I feel like what they're grappling with here, Leo, is not like, do I commit to Leo? It's more a global issue of, do I feel I can commit to anybody? Because I honestly think they're scared of getting hurt. Let's see what this person could be feeling right now. There we go, 10 of Wands. We're getting a lot of heaviness here, you guys. A lot of the times I'll say to you, the 10 of Wands is that emotional baggage, feeling weighed down by everything going on. This person could also have a lot going on in their life that's stressing them out, but emotionally, we see that they're burdened. We see that they're carrying a lot on their shoulders, and I feel like this is probably contributing to them holding back and not being super open with you. Tell me more, please, about what they could be feeling. The Lovers, yeah. Like I said, Leo, the issue here, as far as I can see, is not that they don't love you. I think they're scared to commit, honestly. And the Lovers card, it's Gemini energy. It's actually quite interesting, Leo, because even though it indicates that this person loves you, it's showing up in their feelings, it also is about a choice, right? The Lovers card at the heart of it is about making choices, making decisions. And it's like, your person loves you, but they need to make a choice. Are they going to commit to you or not? Are they going to give it a chance or not? And that's something that I think they're trying to figure out right now as they're navigating their feelings and trying to determine how do they move forward. It's like they have to decide to be with you. They can't just sit on the fence, and I think they know that. Tell me more about what this person could be feeling. The 8 of Cups. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, you guys. Maybe something from the past is really coming up for your person right now. Like, I feel a heaviness in their energy. I don't feel it's about you, though. That's the interesting thing, Leo. There's like a heaviness in your person's energy, and I think it's causing them to completely pull back from you. And it's like, it's putting them into a really like negative headspace, like a doom and gloom kind of energy. And I feel like they're looking at it and they're like, this feels really uncomfortable. I'm feeling a lot of pain. They're being reminded of stuff from the past. And maybe for them, it's like the safest thing that feels to them is to walk away, you know? Sometimes we do that when we're feeling uncomfortable feelings. It's like we disconnect from that and we pull back. It's not necessarily the right thing to do, but it can make us feel more comfortable in the moment. So it's like if your person loves you and things are getting more serious, and then basically they're reminded of stuff from the past, hello, and there's this emotional heaviness and there's something going on here with past energy, then it could put them in a place where they're feeling so emotionally overwhelmed that they're completely pulling back. And they're like, okay, I feel so uncomfortable, so should I just break up with Leo or what? But I don't feel it's like a well thought out thing. You know what I mean? Like I feel your person is almost very overcome by their emotions and being driven by fear, which does not lead to rational decision making, unfortunately. What actions could they be taking? The Empress, okay. Interesting. I mean, the Empress is about loving and nurturing a connection. Let's see, what other actions are they taking? That's interesting. 6 of Wands. Okay. Victory and success. These are very different energies, I think, than some of what we've seen before in the Ace of Swords. Wow. Well, this is fascinating, Leo. So let's take a look at the actions they're taking, because as soon as I've pulled the action energy, I'm getting a very different vibe for your person. So let's kind of break it down, you guys. So we've got the Empress, which I said is like a very loving, nurturing, abundant energy. We've got the 6 of Wands, which is like victory, success. Ace of Swords is probably the most significant card that I see showing up here, because Ace of Swords is a breakthrough moment. It's an epiphany. It's a situation where we start to see things clearly. So I wonder, and I kind of hope for you, Leo, maybe this indicates that your person is going to have some sort of breakthrough moment where they're going to recognize that they've been holding back out of fear, and that if they want to be with you, they're going to have to step it up. They're going to have to start nurturing this connection. They're going to have to start investing the effort to make this relationship successful. So the Ace of Swords is definitely giving me some big energy of a potential wake-up call. So maybe there will be a shift in your person where they go from being very shut down, not talking, not opening up to you, and then they have this epiphany, and then all of a sudden they're like, I gotta be better for Leo. I could see that happening here. It's almost like what I wanna say, Leo, is like work themselves out of their funk, you know? I really am getting the sense that like something is weighing heavily on their mind, and you know when something's weighing heavily on your mind, like something negative, and then it kind of colors everything you look at, you know? Like when you're in a bad mood, for example, it's like everything that happens is looked at through the lens of being in a bad mood, and then it feels negative. But when we're in like a positive, happy place, we look at the world through that happy energy. I feel your person is in like a negative place where like something is on their mind, something's really stressing them out, something's weighing heavily on them, and it's making them see everything as a problem. But if they're able to get out of that energy, then they can shift into a much more positive space. So if they're looking, again, just to reiterate, Leo, if they're looking at your relationship in a negative way, I don't think it's about you. It's about like this, something that's weighing on their mind and making them feel like emotionally heavy. But the action energy is suggesting they could be working themselves out of that. Okay, fascinating. Let's look at you. Tell me about Leo, Knight of Cups, okay? I think you've been just trying to show up for this person and show them love. I feel like you've been in this really supportive place where you can tell something's going on, so you've been trying to just be there and be available to them if they need you. Tell me more. The Hierophant. You obviously want commitment with them, Leo. The Hierophant is Taurus energy. It tends to indicate seeing a future with somebody, wanting to get married if that's something you want. And so what I see essentially, Leo, is you holding out hope that your person will get out of this funk and come back to you. You know what I mean? And it's like you feel there's enough here that warrants holding on to this connection between the two of you. Tell me more about Leo's energy, Page of Wands. I think you're also probably trying to bring back some of that fun, flirty energy into the connection. Like I said, there's definitely a heaviness here when it comes to your person. And this is giving me a little bit of energy of trying to do things to cheer them up, trying to lighten the mood. Maybe you've been doing some of that. Tell me what Leo could be feeling, please. The Devil. Yeah. So the Devil is heavy energy. A lot of the times it can indicate emotionally unavailable people. And so I do think that it's tough. I do think that you feel like what's happening between you and your person is not good. It feels toxic. It feels unhealthy. Because if your person is shutting down, it feels like an emotional unavailability, right? And so I don't think you like that. And you recognize that it's toxic. Like you recognize it's not a good thing. Tell me more, please. Page of Swords. I think you've tried to talk to your person about this, but my sense here, Leo, is they have to be ready to talk. So if you've tried to reach out, if they've been stuck in that negative headspace, you probably haven't quite got what you were hoping for from them. So I almost feel like with this person, the element of timing is going to be really important. It's like you've been trying to talk to them because there's been this unhealthy communication with the Devil. They've not been available to you. But I feel like until they work themselves out of that funk, I keep getting that message. I don't say that a lot on my channel. It's not a phrase I use, but I'm getting it really strongly here. Like they'll be ready to talk when they work themselves out of that energy. But I think you've been trying to talk and maybe you've even been shut down, if I'm being honest, Leo. Tell me more, please, about what you could be feeling. I think you're willing to be patient with that Seven of Pentacles. I do think what I said earlier stands. I think that you feel there's enough here to hold on to. I think you're trying to be patient with your person and to just kind of see what might happen here. So let's see what actions Leo could be taking, please. The Wheel of Fortune. So this is really fascinating, you guys. The Wheel of Fortune is about timing, cycles, things shifting. I feel like you're just kind of looking at this and being like, I hope if I give it enough time, the situation will change, the situation will shift, it will move in a different direction. So I think you're looking at it that way where you're like, I recognize it's not ideal right now, but I do feel like things could move in a much more positive direction. Tell me more, please. Page of Cups. I think in the meantime, you're going to continue to reach out. You're going to continue to offer support. It's almost, I actually kind of appreciate what you're doing here, Leo, because it feels a bit like with this page energy, you're trying to show your person like, I'm here if you want to talk, but you're not pushing them to talk. I don't know, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. It's like you're letting them know that you're available here and that you love them and that you care about them. But like if you approach them and they're like, I'm not ready to talk, you're like, okay, that's okay. Let me know if you feel you do want to talk. That's the vibe I'm getting from your energy. It's like very supportive and caring. Tell me more, please. And then the Two of Swords. Yeah, I mean, this is not surprising. I think you definitely feel like the two of you are at a crossroads right now, and you're just kind of like, okay, let's see what happens. Your head's probably telling you one thing, your heart's probably telling you another. I think you're kind of being patient here with the process, as we've talked about, to just see if your person can work through this energy. So, moment of truth here. Let's see what the potential outcome is. The Fool, okay? I'm going to tell you guys, so when I picked up the Fool, I saw the card right underneath it, and I'm going to show it to you too, because I think it's significant. Four of Wands, okay? So these are two really positive energies to show up in the outcome. The Fool to me indicates a fresh start, a new beginning. It's like a revitalization of the energy between the two of you here, okay? So what I see happening is that you guys can work through this, you can bring the energy back into the connection, and then with the Four of Wands, which is such a lovely energy, this is a big indicator of somebody who wants to commit, somebody who wants to get married. So I don't feel it's over from what I can see here. I feel, what I want to say to you, Leo, is that patience is probably your best friend. I actually think the way that you're handling this situation, from what I can see in the cards, is actually ideal. Because instead of like, you know, maybe going in and, you know, yelling or fighting with your person and getting mad, or shutting them out and refusing to talk, like, I think your approach is very healthy. It's like you're looking at it and you're like, I don't like what's going on, but I see my person is going through something. I'm going to give them some time and space, but I'm also going to let them know that I'm available if they need me. And I feel like that's almost exactly what your person needs. And so once they can kind of work themselves out of this funk that they're in, I think the potential here between the two of you is really good, okay? Because these are really, really nice cards here for the outcome. So patience is your best friend right now, Leo. You know, as always, it's totally up to you to decide how patient you want to be with somebody. We talk about that a lot. But I do feel this is one of those situations where it's not that your person's walking away or pushing you away, but I do think something is weighing on them. And I think they just got to have a little bit of time and space to maybe work through that before they're ready to talk and come back to you. So that's what I see, you guys. Take it or leave it. If you enjoyed this reading, you know what to do. Give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. If you'd like to get a personal reading, I offer those through Etsy. The link is in the description box below the video. And of course, I wish you love and happiness, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.